Hello again, guys. It's me, Richard, the puppet person, and these are my hands. So, in our last video, I showed you how to make some origami finger puppets, okay? And now we're going to keep on looking at finger puppets in this next video, but I just want to show you two other ways that you can really quickly and easily make finger puppets just using recycled paper and materials you have at home, okay? So, the first ones we're going to look at making are these ones. I'm going to make a little alien, okay? It's very simple. It just mounts on my finger through a little loop like this, okay? Really simple. It takes 5 minutes to do, and it's a great chance to just use your imagination and see what the possibilities are, really. So, all you'll need is a sheet of A4 paper, some scissors, some glue, and yeah, any pens and paper, any pens or colouring pencils, just to make it look nice. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to fold our sheet of A4 paper in half, like this. And a bit like the origami, make sure your corners are always nice and sharp. Make sure you're always folding right to the edges, so we don't get excess paper everywhere. A bit like that. Yeah. There we go. There we go. And then we're going to fold it over again. Okay. Right. And we should be left with something that looks a bit like that. Okay. Now, we're going to cut one of these strips off. Like so. It might not be very neat. I'm just doing it very quickly to show you. So this bit is going to be the body of our finger puppet, if you will. Okay. There we go. Yep, there we go. Okay, now you'll be left with this strip. Just get rid of this bit. You're just left with this strip. Now we're going to do this, a similar thing. We're going to fold this piece of paper over in half, like so. And we're going to fold it over in half again. Yeah. And then when we open it out, we should have 1, 2, 3, 4 bits of paper there. So these are going to be your individual puppet bodies, right? So we're going to cut one strip off. Now, it sort of depends how big your fingers are really for this. I've got quite big fingers, so I need to make sure that, you know, I can wrap it right round my finger like this, okay? If you have smaller fingers, it's less of a problem. If you want to make the puppet nice and tall, you can wrap it this way. Again, my fingers are a bit too large for this, so I'm going to make mine go this way. Like that, okay? So all you're going to do is wrap it around your finger, make sure you can get it on and off your finger, and then when you're happy with the size, you're just going to get your glue, and we're going to stick it together. So I'm just going to put a bit of glue down there. Yep. Okay. I'm going to put my finger back in it, just for size. I'm going to roll it around like that, okay? Simple. And there's our body. Very simple. Okay. Then, it needs to be a bit more interesting than that, doesn't it? So, using some more paper, or any offcuts of paper. So, for this one, let's just use our other strips here. I'm going to cut a piece off. We need to give this alien a head, let's say. Now, I'm going to do this very quickly, because we haven't got much time. But yeah, so we just draw out your head. I'm just going to do a nice circle there. Again, it's an alien, so you can look however you feel he should look. Yeah, diddle-da, diddle-da, whoops. There's his head. Okay, and then this is the sort of point when you want to be colouring it in, really. So it's best to colour it in when it's flat like this, not when it's stuck on the puppet. So colour it in, jazz it up a bit, and then you're just going to cut it out. Again, I'm doing this very quickly just to show you. There we go. Pick something nice and fiddly to do with a big pair of scissors. There we go. Right. There we go. So yeah, there's his head. And all you're going to do is just going to stick that on where you think it should go. So we go back to our glue. Bob a bit on the back there. Stick it on the top there. And there's his head. Yeah. And then obviously, if you want to make limbs, we can stick some limbs on here. We can do the same thing as we did with the head. Draw them out first, colour them in, cut them out, stick them on. And eventually, you should end up with something that looks a bit like that. Nice, easy, very quick and simple alien finger puppet. But you don't have to make an alien. No, aliens are fun. You can use your imagination lots, but you can make anything. Here's another one I've made of Sandy, the sporting community's mascot. Yeah. So you can really make anything, a person, an animal, the sky is the limit. Okay, so that's one way of making a quick finger puppet. Another way of making a quick finger puppet out of paper. Let me just discard these materials for a second. Okay, another great way of doing it is with cone paper, a bit like this. Okay, so you can make a mouse that looks a bit like this. Yeah. They're really fun, they're really quick, and they're quite expressive as well, considering it's just folded paper. So for this one, we need to do something a little bit different. Again, you'll need the same materials, just a piece of A4 paper, some scissors, a pencil, a pen, and some colouring pencils and some glue. And also, you will need a plate. Now this is a side plate, okay? You basically want a plate that's just going to fill the A4 paper, okay? You don't want it to go over the edges, because what you want is a nice circle, okay? So, to get our nice circle, we're going to put our serving plate on the paper like this. Get it right to the edge, because you don't really want to waste any paper if you can help it. It's always a bit rubbish when people draw it right in the middle and then cut the paper off and then throw this bit away. Yeah, always try and preserve as much paper as you can, okay? So yeah, put it right to the edge, because then we can use this bit to make the rest of it. Draw a circle around it. There we go. Circle. Get rid of your plate. And then, yes, you guessed it, we're going to cut this circle out. So again, I'm going to do this very, very quickly, just so you get an idea. You can do this much neater than me. And as always, do be careful with sharp things like scissors. If you're not sure, always ask a responsible adult. Yeah. Okay, keep going. There we go, all the way. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. There we go. Okay, keep this bit. We're going to make the other pieces with this. So we're left with a circle of paper like this. So then fold your paper in half. And try and keep it as neat as possible. Fold it again. Yeah. Okay, now you've got a circle in 4 bits. Okay, so these 4 bits are going to be individual finger puppets. Okay, so you can make 4 mouse finger puppets with this. You're going to cut those out individually. Again, doing it very quickly. Okay. And cut them all out individually, and yes, you'll eventually be left with 4 individual bits like this. So, this is your finger puppet. Simple. And all you're going to do, get a bit of glue, run it along the side there. Yeah, ooh, let's get off the table. And you're just going to roll it in, basically, a bit like a cone of chips. You know, you're just going to sort of roll it to the edge, try and keep the edge in as neat as possible, and then just slowly roll it towards the gluey bit. There you go. Yeah, try and get a nice point at the end if you can. It's not the end of the world if you don't. It's your finger puppet. No one's going to judge you. Okay? And really, it's as simple as that. That's your basic shape. And then what I've done with the mouse here is I've cut out some ears, and he's got a tail, and I've cut out a nose. So that's really simple stuff. Again, I'm going to do this very quickly just so you can get an idea. For example, for his ears, maybe I want to, I'll tell you you what, I'll cut a piece of paper off here. Yeah, an easy way of doing it if you're trying to make two of something. Fold the paper over. And then just cut it like this. And you might want to draw out what you're going to cut out, just so you can get a nice neat design. I'm just doing this quickly just to show you. There you go, I'm left with two pieces there. And then you turn these into the ears. Yeah. Again, a bit like the alien finger puppets. Colour these in really before you stick anything on. Yeah. And then we have to figure out where his head's going to be. So let's say his head starts around here. So I'm going to draw his eyes on first, just so I get a reference. There we go. There we go. Yeah, and then using our glue, we stick those ears on. Oh, my glue lid has dropped on the floor. Okay, there we go. Pretty simple. Hop, hop. Oh, where's it gone? Yeah, stick those on like that. And I'm sure you'll do a much nicer job than me. Yeah, there we go, there's that. For a tail, a slither of paper like this. Yeah, nice and long, because mice always have nice long tails. Yeah. Yeah. Oh dear. Come on. There we go. There we go. Come on. Yep. And to make a nice curl in it, I often like to wrap it around a pencil, just like so. Don't do it so tight that you break the paper. There we go. Sorry. Yeah. A nice spring in it. We go back to our glue. Stick that on. And there you go. That's the basic design for it, guys. And you'll be left with a little finger mouse like this. Yeah, simple and easy. Let me just clear these. Again, you don't have to make a mouse. Your imagination is the only limit. I think pointy things like this, you could make a bird. I've also decided you don't have to hold it horizontally like this. If you turn it vertically, you can also make a wizard, for example. There you go. So yeah, as you can see, it's the same mouse design, but I've just held it this way instead, and I've cut out a beard for him and some stars and gave him a nice wizard hat. So yeah, guys, that's it really. Some really simple, fun finger puppets that you can make. It took me about 5 minutes for each one. And yeah, just see what's possible, guys. And as always, send us your pictures and videos of any puppets that you've made, and just use your imagination and have some fun. Thanks, guys.